Hey, you guys, how's it going today? Ask the Spirit Guides with Karen. Okay, you know what we're talking about today? We're going to uncover what's going on with the ice. And somebody in our community gave me this mug, and I don't have your name. I very much apologize. I just texted Marcia to say, hey, what was the person's name? So I could give you a shout out, but thank you so much. And not only that, okay, here's the mug. Are you ready? So it's so appropriate for this conversation. I drink my coffee hot, but fuck ice. How awesome is that? Click. All right. It's hot coffee in there. How cute. So not only did this lovely person send me this mug, but also sent us the design so that we could sell it in our shop. I mean, how cool is that? You're so sweet. So sweet. Thank you so much. So that being said, go to the mug shop. I'll post it right here, the link or the QR code. The description is also in the link is also in the description. And you can get this mug too. I think we put it on both sides. 1 and 2, but that's okay. I like this too. I have not had a mug that just had it in the front, so that's cool. Okay. I wanted to show you 2 other things because I just thought this was really funny. Now, I am going to get back to, I just decided, I got a little overwhelmed, over the last couple months, and how you kind of ebb and flow with things. But I do want to get back to doing the videos to from the mailbox. So, because there's quite a few things I haven't thanked people for, and I'm going to get back to that, okay? So I am going to show just a few things. So if I haven't thanked you from the post or from the mailbox yet, I will do a separate video, okay? But I just thought this was really funny. In the same group of packages that I received, I thought there is definitely a theme here. Okay, so there's 3 things. So the first one was this with the F word on it, right? Okay, so this mug. Then in the same package, now this didn't come with a name, so whoever sent this to me, claim yourself or tell me who you are. So this mug, it's just genius. So then I got this mug. Don't F with my energy. Again, I'm like, what's going on here? And I got another one. I'm like, what's going on with the energy? I just thought this was so funny. All in the same grouping of packages when we went to the P.O. box. Okay. Then Loretta, thank you so much, Loretta. Seriously. Okay. So Faye, our astrologer, the community astrologer, you guys know her name by now, had originally sent me a while back, months and months ago, the Inner Effing Peace Oracle deck. Okay, it's in my cabinet right there. Okay, Inner Effing Peace is what it's called. It's a hilarious deck. Okay, so then Loretta sends me this. I didn't even know these were out here. This is Faye. You're gonna love this. So there is a journal, an Inner Effing Peace journal. A journal to transcend your bullshit and be happy. To transcend your bullshit and be happy. I love that. Not other people's bullshit, but your bullshit. So, look at how cute it is. Oh my gosh. I am going to love this so much. In fact, don't you guys think in the spirit circle that we should do this journal together? What if we did this journal together? Oh my gosh, that would be, I don't know. You guys will, I'll do a poll and see if you want to. Because not only that, but then Loretta sent me, look at this, Faye. Oh my gosh, it's a sticker book. Inner Effing Peace sticker book. So I will link these. My guess is you can get them on Amazon, but I will link them below in the description if you want to use our affiliate link. It doesn't cost you anymore. We just get a little, commission, very small commission if you go through our link. But, look at this. I'm so excited. I love stickers. Does anyone else love stickers? Only because, just from childhood, I think it brings me back, Did you love? Did you live? Did you let shit go? Growth takes time. Peace is fucking beautiful. These are stickers. Life begins after coffee. Sometimes you just need to drink some coffee and see what happens. Drunkenly serene. I mean, this is try to, oh, this is funny. This black cat. Try to like breathe. Just try some breathing. Be still and chill. Oh my God, there's a unicorn page. No. Oh my gosh. Excuse me, I'm recharging here. These would be really funny to like leave in your household. Like, just like if you have other people that you live with, to like leave one of these on a sticky note. Like, excuse me, I'm recharging here, meaning like, can you give me a break? Can you give me some time? Or you can say to somebody, you are magical, if they did something nice for you. Um, you effing got this. I think these are amazing. So, so cute. Loretta, I mean, how'd you find these? Oh my gosh. Okay, so did you see the three things I got in one? I'm like, there is something in the air. There's something in the air. Okay, let's get to finding out about what's going on with this organization that I'm trying not to believe that the federal government, I'm trying not to put this in my head. Maybe it's not in your head and I probably shouldn't plant it, but I'm trying not to believe that they're trying to build the largest police state in the world privately, which is not good. It doesn't feel good anyway, so we're going to get to the bottom of that. Everything's for entertainment purposes only, allegedly. This is just for really us deepening. I know some of these topics you're like, well, how is this spirituality? Well, it kind of is. It's helping us with new perspectives, okay? And if you read Let Your Spirit Guide Speak, which is a book that we just recently read in the Spirit Circle, then you would know that, and I've talked about it a couple times here on the public channel, that one of the things she says in the book, which I found brilliant, you can have your own ideas about it, but I found it to be brilliant, is that what a miracle is a new perspective. That's what a miracle is. And I thought, what a great way, because I think we're always looking for like, some like I might think in my life, well, I've never really had any miracles. Like some people have these miraculous healings or this miraculous whatever. And really, if you looked at life, that miracles are a change in perspective, how many changes of perspective do you get every day? And then you get to see life like, oh my gosh, I am a living miracle. I get changes in perspective constantly, which I don't know if that's great or not, but so I'm a living miracle. I'm a walking miracle. That's pretty much it. That's really funny, actually. That should go on a mug. I'm a walking miracle. I got a new perspective today. I'm a walking miracle. Oh my gosh. Okay. So let's see. So yes, I do see that exploring these topics are extremely helpful for me. I know it's helpful for some of you. Hopefully it's helpful for everybody. If you can stay open-minded and kind of see things from a different perspective. Now, I do know that the lead team doesn't always tell us the same thing that another spiritual group of people might say the same thing. And so then you have to just kind of, you have to just trust whatever messages you're getting at the time you're getting them and utilize them to whatever feels good to you. If something we talk about today makes you go, oh, aha, okay, that's a good sign that, you just had a miracle, basically, right? If something is said today that doesn't jive with you, then just let that pass. Just let that pass. So that's your inner guidance saying, not ready for that right now. I'm not ready for that message. It's not right for me for whatever reason, but it doesn't mean it's not right for other people. It just means it's not right for you at that time. You know what I mean? So I think the more we keep reminding each other and going through life like that, the easier life can get, you know what I mean? And the deeper we can go in our spiritual journey. So, okay. So I will put, so this is like 10 minutes. Hopefully you guys don't mind me showing my aren't those fun? Oh my gosh. Okay. So I close my aura to all but my higher self, the God consciousness, my guides, guardians, the lead team collective, and only those of the highest and purest light, and ask Archangel Michael to please protect my channel, your channel, the community, the lead team collective, so it is all of the highest and purest light. Amen. Hey, you guys. Have I talked to my team today? I don't think I have. So thank you to my spirit team. Appreciate you being here, all the guidance and support, love, appreciate it. Can I please speak to the lead team? Well, let me just ask, do you guys want to answer these questions about ICE? No? Okay, do you want the lead team to answer them? Or should we tap into the collective of ICE agents, which we could do? Would that be a better way? No. Okay, so they're saying no to that. Okay, pretty strong, right? Pretty strong no too. Okay, all right. Okay, so lead team, you're going to answer these questions for us? Okay, amazing. Okay, so the way this was set up is a little slightly different than what we've done where I'll normally read a little paragraph and then answer all the questions. So there's a little description above maybe 5 or 6 questions that kind of lead us into the next questions, okay? Excuse me. Okay, so prior to 2003, okay, so get your mind back to 2003, okay? Immigration enforcement and custom duties were handled by 2 agencies within different departments, okay, of the federal government. In response to the attacks on 9/11, Congress passed the Homeland Security Act in 2002, creating the Department of Homeland Security with the primary goal to prevent terrorism and enhance national security. So that's when actually TSA in the airports, the guys who wear the blue uniforms, who my husband happens to be one of them, that's when they were brought on. Prior to that, do you guys remember going through the airports and it was private? I mean, it was private security. So, oh, Marcia's just looking up the name of the person who gave me this mug, so thank you. So yeah, it was private security. So if you're younger than that, hang on, she's asking me for a code. Yeah, so prior to that, it was private security. So I wouldn't be surprised if they go back to that. So, I mean, they already seem to be loosening up so many things that I wouldn't be surprised if they go back to private, but we'll see. You know. Okay, so we've got some questions, and these questions came from the community. Okay, so question number 1, was the consolidation of these 2 agencies the best move for the U.S. at that time? Yes. Did the consolidation actually reduce vulnerabilities in national security concerning border control and the ability of foreign nationals to enter and remain in the U.S.? No, it did not. So that didn't help at the border. So the consolidation of the 2 offices didn't help at the border? No. But did it help prevent airline issues? Yes. And other Homeland Security issues? Yes. Okay. Has the border, all the border regulations and how they're handling things, is that a lot of it privatized? Yes. Okay. We'll probably get into this at some point, but because I've learned something about the beds that they fill, if you know what I mean, in the alligator Alcatraz. So, well, I'll just say it now. I think and they can tell me if I'm correct. I heard this isn't made up, and again, allegedly, but that's a private company. Well, I don't know if alligator Alcatraz is, but my understanding, and I don't know how deep, like, again, the specifics of this, I only know big picture, but part of this whole thing is privately owned. So my understanding is they get paid by the federal government to fill beds. Or it's not like the federal government wants them to fill beds, but that they get paid. The only way they get paid is if they fill their beds. So that's why people, like you heard that story about that woman from Canada who ended up staying for like 3 weeks or something, because they got paid per night, no matter how she's treated, they got paid per night for her being in that bed. So that's why, anyways, is that part true? Yes. Is that why they are taking people and putting them in these detention centers so that they can get paid? Yes. Even if it's not legit? Yes. Again, entertainment purposes only, but that part makes me pretty irritated, beyond irritated, I would say. So that's a problem. Okay. Has the creation of the Department of Homeland Security prevented other attacks on the United States since 2002? Yes. Okay, great. That's good. Has it prevented more than 100 attacks? Wow. Has it prevented more than 1,000 attacks? Wow. I mean, that is a long time ago, 2002. Has it prevented more than 5,000 attacks? No. Okay. Well, has it prevented about more than 2,000 attacks? Yes. 3,000 attacks? Yes. 4,000 attacks? Yes. Okay. So between 4,000 and 5,000 attacks. Wow. Well, that's great. Okay. So, it's not all, a scam, obviously. I don't know how they're going to do it now. It's kind of interesting. Would any of those planned attacks have had more devastation than 9/11 if they had been successful? Yes. Okay. Okay. That's some positive stuff about our government. Okay. Next little snippet. ICE was formed. Okay, so ICE was formed in 2003. So these two departments were formed in 2002. Then ICE was formed in 2003. And it really is illegal immigration enforcement. That's the name of it. But it's got, it's kind of interesting that it's called ICE. And now it's got such a negative connotation to it, just the term ICE. But it's illegal immigration. Okay, so ICE was formed in 2003 to protect against cross-border crime and illegal immigration that threatened national security and public safety. So that's key. Okay, there are two primary divisions of ICE. HSI, which is Homeland Security Investigations, which is the arm of DHS, which is Department of Homeland Security, that investigates transnational criminal activity, including human trafficking, drug smuggling, financial crimes, cybercrime, child exploitation, and trade fraud. Well, the human trafficking is a pretty interesting thing, isn't it, considering who our president is? So, and how many people are probably involved in that whole thing. Okay, so allegedly, Q4, question 4. Okay, what percentage of Americans are aware of the purpose of the HISA, HSI, that's my dyslexia. HSI, I didn't even know. I didn't know there was a department called Human Security Investigations. Okay, so what percentage of Americans are aware of HSI? First of all, are you? Put in the comments if you're like, yeah, I was aware of it. Then maybe we can look and see what percentage of our community was aware of it. Okay, so is it more than 10% of Americans are aware of the purpose of HSI? No. Less than 5%? Yikes. Less than 1%? Yes, okay. Of the Americans who are aware of the function of HSI, what percentage are supportive? I'm not supportive of it. I mean, if they're doing their job correctly, I'm in support of that. I don't think that, maybe it's, yeah, so are all 1% in support of the HSI, Homeland Security Investigations? If that's what they're actually doing, I have no problem with that. Yes, okay. So is that what HSI is actually doing? Yes, okay. Are they doing it successfully? Yes, okay. So that's one part of one of the divisions. Okay, so we need to, I think this is really good. This is good perspective because we're really hard, right? On, I drink my coffee hot. So I think that's really good perspective to be, we have get a little education here, plus ask them, the questions about this. Okay. Have the efforts of HSI over the last 22 years effectively reduced these type of criminal activities? Yes. Okay, so I just want to remind myself which one we're talking about. We're talking about transnational criminal activity, human trafficking, drug smuggling, financial crimes, cyber crimes, child exploitation, and trade fraud. Okay. So this department has helped reduce that over the last 22 years? Yes. Okay. By 5%? Yes. By more than 50%? Yes. Okay. So they've done a good job with that. How did they do a good job though? Is this department involved with the Epstein situation? Yes. Okay. So they're the ones who actually did bring the Epstein situation to light? Okay. Yes. I mean, it could be still going on. He was tried. I mean, maybe they hid it for a very, very long time really well. That was me I kind of moved that. So they're saying yes. Okay. Will there be enhanced methods of operation for the HSI within this decade? So criminal activities such as human trafficking and drug smuggling can be further reduced. Okay, good. Is that an intention of the Trump administration? No. Okay, so this will be enhanced, but it will be outside of the Trump administration? Yes. Okay. Will we ever successfully end human trafficking and drug smuggling in the 3D? I'm going to add in the 3D. No. Okay. Will it end if we're in the 5D, for those who are in the 5D? Yes. So on Earth, will it end by 2050? Will this be one of the resets? Yes. Okay. Okay, so the next little snippet. The second division, okay, so that was the first one. The second division is the Enforcement and Removal Operations, ERO. ERO is responsible for identifying, apprehending, detaining, and removing undocumented immigrants from the United States. Okay, undocumented. They focus on individuals, their focus is on individuals who pose a risk to national security, public safety, or border security, as well as those who have otherwise violated immigration laws. So why they're showing up at courthouses when people are, oh, Raquel, thank you for sending the mug. Appreciate it. Why they're showing up at courthouses when people are going through the proper channels is beyond me if this is what their purpose is. I just saw, I saw a short the other day where there was they were doing a food stand, and it was a really long food stand, and all of a sudden everyone was gone. And it was Hispanic food, it was Mexican food, and they were all gone. So ICE had come and taken the entire food line. It's like, well, again, okay. The fact that they're doing this without checking to see, like, can you show me your papers, please? You know what I mean? They're just like sweeping people up. That's the problem. That is the problem. And I think it has to do with these wanting to fill the beds. Even if they fill the beds for 3 weeks, they still got paid per head. So that's the issue. That's a major issue. It's, someone wants to make a lot of money. It's always about the money. Okay, they're saying yes. Okay, so questions about this ERO division. What percentage of Americans are aware of the purpose of ERO? Okay, is it more than 50%? Yes. Okay. Is it more than 75%? No. So this is the area that we're more aware of, right? Of the Americans who are aware of the function of ERO, what percentage are supportive if they actually followed what they are supposed to be doing? What percent? If they're following what they're supposed to be doing, I can't say that I disagree with that if there's issues, because they're supposed to be focusing on individuals who pose a risk to national security and public safety and border security. Who's going to disagree with that? If they can prove it, that they're actually posing a risk, right? And not someone who's just over here trying to have a better life or escape persecution or whatever. Okay. So, what percentage, oh no, okay, we already asked that. Is ERO the division that has caused the most controversy? Yes, okay. Is the controversy due to the handling of enforcement and deportation of non-criminal individuals? Yes, again, they're meeting people at the courthouses who are actually just met with a judge, and the judge says you're good to go, and then they're meeting it. That makes no sense. That makes no sense whatsoever. And this is where we have to use our voices and speak up and say this is nonsense. It's just nonsense. So are they doing that, like picking people up at the courthouses, one, because they're an easy grab? Are they doing that to get money to fill the beds for even if they stay in the United States for a period of time afterwards? Are they doing it to fill the beds so they get paid? Yes. Okay. Again, allegedly entertainment purposes only. What percentage of Americans believe the enforcement tactics were too aggressive during Trump's first administration? Was it more than 50%? Yes. So too aggressive. Was it more than 75%? I guess it would be what percentage of Americans who were aware. So what percentage of Americans who were aware that this was going on thought the tactics were too aggressive? Was it more than 75%? Yes. Okay. So a large percentage of those who knew what was going on. I worked at a college and it was awful. It was awful. We had like signs up for DACA students and, they were just always under stress thinking it was the same situation, but it's worse now. It's worse now. Okay. So, and like we were getting instructions. I remember that now. We were getting instructions at the college, that because they might call. Like if they called, don't talk to them, send them over to, the registrar or something like that. I think it was the registrar's office. So, it's just nuts. Like we were getting training on how to deal with that if this department called, Okay. Have the enforcement tactics during Trump's current administration become more aggressive than during his first administration? Yes. And it certainly feels that way, doesn't it? So especially the amount of money that this big stupid bill is putting towards it, 180 billion or something like that. Okay, this is another little segment. Stats from the following question asked to AI. How many people are currently detained by ICE since January 20th, 2025? Overall detained population. Okay, so it sounds like my sister asked since January 20th, so that's obviously when he was inaugurated, okay? So, since, how many people are currently detained? Okay, since January. Okay, so from January 20th to July 13th, so that's what AI had that data, from July 13th, ICE held 56,816 people in detention. So let's just say they get $200 a head, all right, from our federal government. You could add that up pretty quickly. So per day. So if they're in there for a period of time. So are these stats accurate that were given to us by AI? Yes. Okay. So that's overall detained population. Non-criminal detentions. As of June 29th, 2025, okay, that was obviously we would have got it up to today, but that's as far as sometimes AI doesn't have data past a certain point. So as of June 29, 2025, an estimated 71.1% or 40,737 people detained by ICE had no criminal convictions. Okay, I'll try not to have an opinion about that. Let's just ask. Is that stat accurate? Yes. Were all the detainees for valid and legal reasons? No. If not, all were most? No. Okay, so the 40,000 people are strictly, are they strictly so these people will be able to collect money on their heads, basically? Yes. Okay. So I may be a little confused. I did think that I know what it is. It's the actual detention centers themselves are privatized, I believe. The actual centers themselves. So they're the ones who get, okay. And I don't know if they're the ones who are paying or hiring the ICE agents. I'm not quite sure. Okay. We're learning a lot, aren't we? This is interesting. Okay, so stats from the following question asked to AI. How many people have been deported by ICE since January 20th, 2025? As of mid-June 2025, an ICE document obtained by CBS News indicated that of the estimated 100,000 people were deported between January 1st and June 24th, 70,500 were convicted criminals, which is a really different stat than what AI had just given us before. Okay, so that was a report obtained by CBS News. I mean, can we trust that? I'm not sure. So we're going to ask. Okay, so CBS News has reported that 1,000 people have actually been 100,000 people have been deported between January 1st and June 25th, 2025. Is this correct? No. Okay. Well, okay, so then it also reported that 70,500 people had been deported were convicted criminals. Is this true? No. Okay, so the report obtained by CBS News was inaccurate. Yes. Is AI, the stats we read earlier, is AI more accurate? Yes. Okay. As of mid-July 2025, the DHS provided figures to Time magazine stating that more than 207,000 migrants had been deported. Okay, so now we've got very different numbers. AI is reporting probably the truth because it's going out there and like getting the real numbers. Then we've got CBS News, and now we have DHS saying they've deported 270,000 migrants have been deported. Okay. Is the word migrant correct in that statistic? No. Are the estimated 70,500 convicted criminals from the first stat included in the 207,000 number? Yes. Okay, they're a little stuck. So was that included? Okay. Were all of the deportments for valid and legal reasons? Well, the thing is we're off on numbers, but it doesn't really matter. Okay, so we know that I think it sounds like what they're telling us is that the real truth, no matter what you're hearing, is that 56,816 people are in detention. Okay. But 40,737,000 people are with no criminal record. So it's very different than what the numbers that they're telling us here. Okay. Are the deportations carried out by ICE an attempt to remove masquerading non-humans? What? No. Okay. That had to have been coming from somebody in the community. All right, that's an interesting question. But no, the answer is no. Okay, well, this was really interesting. I found this really interesting. So part 2 tomorrow, I'm going to come back and we are going to, I'm going to ask the SGs. I could ask them now. So you guys, for part 2, we wanted to get a message using the pendulum. Is that a good idea about ICE? Okay, let me just make sure. Oh no, there's a bunch of questions. Okay, actually, I have to look at this closer, but I'm just curious. Do you guys want to give us a pendulum message regarding this whole situation with ICE? Yes, or do you want, can we tap into the ICE agents higher selves for a message? Okay, they're saying no. Okay, usually they don't say no, so for whatever reason. Okay, so we'll see. I may come back and we're probably going to do a little bit of both. It looks like we have some extra questions for part 2. There's questions about the Proud Boys, some ICE, and then maybe we'll get a pendulum message depending on how it goes. So, okay. All right, you guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a good one. Bye-bye.